Let's give a warm round of applause for a very special individual, a regular at Spofest, Doug Kiburz.
Some years ago, I wandered into a conversation with some friends of mine, and they were talking about some gal. They said she was high energy, she was very athletic, she had great legs, and oh, to watch her move, it was something to behold. She had a perfect disposition, great teeth, she had kind eyes, she picked up on everything real quick, she was easy to have around, she got along with everybody, she didn't hold a grudge. She was a little curious, and she was a little hot-blooded, but a little hot-blooded is okay. They said she'd get along with everybody. Naturally, I inquired, well, does she have a twin sister or a close blood relative? And, of course, they were talking about a horse. I dropped one so I could try something a little bit different. Anybody get a poem a day, an email? You sign up for a poem a day, and they send you a poem every day in the email. Unknown people and favorite people, everything once a day. It's free. It's pretty fun. Anyway, at the bottom, they have why they wrote the poem or what they were inspired by, which oftentimes is more interesting than the poem itself. So this next one comes from a compilation of things. It starts out in the King's Garden in Copenhagen while I was a student. Wandered into the garden with my little liver paste sandwich for lunch, sat on a bench by a girl, introduced myself, and a little blue songbird flew up, landed on my finger for about 3 minutes, and ate off of my sandwich and flew off. And we both thought, that is a sign. So we were an item for about 8 months. And so if you believe in signs, I think they're out there. It's also about my favorite city, San Francisco. It's a little bit about meeting a girl on the beach south of San Francisco. It's a little bit about going to about 8 different schools through education. People you've dated, people you didn't date, people you should have dated, people you dated for a night, people you dated for 2 years. And you think about all the paths your life might go, all the different lives you could lead through all these different things. And you say, well, is it preordained? Is it fate? Is it destiny? Or is it absolute chaos theory? I'm not sure. But you put all those together and you come up with this. She was standing by a tide pool at sunset, walking her dog along the beach. Her flowing red hair was dancing in the breeze as she watched each wave at its breach. There are moments like these in our life. I would reach out for her where she stood. Should I walk on by or give her a try, these paths that diverge in the wood? We never see destiny coming, just like a shot straight out of the blue. Fate would cut like a knife through that time of my life, and a heartbeat somehow I just knew. I left my shoes on the park bench, our eyes locked like we'd met before. There was a comfort and attraction as we walked all night on the shore. That day seems so clear in my memory, though it has been some 60 years. We blazed a trail of life, love, and faith with far more laughter than tears. We never see destiny coming. It caught us straight out of the blue. Fate cut like a knife through that time of our life. Never has love been so true. Now she walks distant shores with the angels, gazing as if looking out to sea. One day again we'll walk hand in hand to renew our shared destiny. Now each year I travel back to Frisco and jump aboard the Powell-Hyde car. I spend the night on our spot on the beach and gaze at her bright shining star. No, we never see destiny coming. It may catch us straight out of the blue. Be grateful for the miles put behind us and be ready when our time here is through. No, we never see destiny coming. Might catch us straight out of the blue. Fated cut like a knife through that time of our life, forever enchanted by you. In 1861, Victor Hugo wrote one of the best pieces of literature the world has ever seen in Les Miserables. It took 130 years for them to transform that into musical theater, still one of my favorites. And last Spofest, I introduced myself to Mike Todd, and I said, Mike, I've got this poem, and I think it looks kind of like a song. But that shouldn't surprise anybody, because Paul Simon taught us when he was sitting in a railway station with a ticket for his destination on a tour of one-night stands, his suitcase and guitar in hand, and every stop was neatly planned for a poet and a one-man band. So I sent this to Mike, and it wasn't 130 years later, but 2 days later, It was a song. So I don't know if this is the time. Mike, you want to do the song portion of this?
I usually sit. I'm more comfortable sitting when I play, but this will go quicker if I just go ahead and do it this way. Anyway, Doug described it. He sent me the poem, and when he had approached me about making a song out of his poem, I said, "Hey, sure, I love doing that, and I'd be honored." Then he sent me the poem, and it was like 25 verses. And I said, well, now Bob Dylan can get away with that, but I sure can't. So I told him, Faith will understand this. I used to be a newspaper reporter. I spent 33 years doing that. And the worst thing in the whole world is for some, balloon-fisted editor to mess with your perfect work. You know that, yeah. And so here I am with Doug's perfect work, and I'm going to cut it probably by about 80%. I was low down dark in Frisco. You were walking your dog on the beach. Your red hair laughing and dancing. I gazed on like you might be in reach. Oh, you never see destiny coming, but then in a heartbeat I knew. Fate like a knife cut right through my life, forever enchanted by you. I left my shoes on the park bench, our eyes locked like we'd met before, starstruck with harmony perfect. We walked all night on the shore. Oh, you never see destiny coming, but there in a heartbeat I knew. Fate like a knife cut right through my life, forever enchanted by you. Lifetime we walked on together, shed far more laughter than tears. Now you wait in the stars with the angels. I walk that beach the same day each year. Oh, you never see destiny coming, and I gaze on your star to renew. Fate cut like a knife through the years of our life, forever enchanted by you.